Well, why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Clough Gaming here, and I welcome you back to my Let's Play of Tomb Raider 4: The Last Revelation for PlayStation 1, of course. And, yeah, this is part 21. And, we promised I haven't put the video on yet, oh god. Yeah, I'll do. I've lost it. Yeah. And we are the new level, the Temple of Poseidon. And yeah, this level's only half an hour long. You probably do it in half that, actually. I'm just not as quick as some of the professional guys, so I'm just like the average idiot off the street plays Tomb Raider, commentates off it, basically. I'm far from average, but you understand what I'm trying to say. A very strange individual indeed, but I suppose you'll have gathered that if you follow my stuff. But average, I just mean amateur, really. I'm alright. I'm not bad. But there's some levels I do struggle with a lot, and some levels I don't. It's just the way it is. And that's definitely the case with Tomb Raider 4. Because although it's not quite as hard as Tomb Raider 3, it is still harder than Tomb Raider 2 and Tomb Raider 1. And it's longer than Tomb Raider 3, there's no doubt about that. There's more levels. Though it roughly equates, the levels are shorter in general, so it roughly equates to 35 levels. In this game, it roughly equates to the length of Tomb Raider 3, it's just slightly longer in my view. Because Tomb Raider 3 took 38 parts to do 20 levels on that. Per level, Tomb Raider 3 is longer, but overall Tomb Raider 4 is longer, Tomb Raider 3 is harder, but Tomb Raider 4 is definitely the second hardest Tomb Raider game, I'd say, after Tomb Raider 3. Because some levels in Tomb Raider 4 are as hard as the hard levels in Tomb Raider 3. Like, underneath the Sphinx, for example, is so tricky to do, very difficult as well. And I'd put that right up there with the hardest levels of Tomb Raider 3, for example. So though Tomb Raider 4 isn't as hard as Tomb Raider 3, it's certainly not easy, is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, and what is cool about the Temple of Poseidon is that you've got these tridents, say, collected from catacombs that you need for Temple of Poseidon. I really like that. You collect all 4 of those things. Not for the catacombs, but for the next level. And I really do like that, because all these levels do interconnect in a way that some of the Valley of the Kings levels didn't really interconnect that well, because when you'd finish one, that was it, you couldn't go back. But with these levels, it's different. I hate adverts. It makes me hate when you listen to a YouTube video and especially when you listen to music and stuff. Fucking adverts, they just completely destroy the atmosphere you're trying to create, really. Well, I am concerned about the economy vaguely, because the economy has to do with money, but overall I don't really give a fuck. So you've just responded to an advert, and I vowed that you'd never catch me arguing with adverts or whatever, because I'm one of the people that argue with adverts. I don't argue with adverts, I don't think they're very necessary. I mean, back in the day, effort used to be put into some adverts were actually good, but not these days. You used to get cool adverts with Formula 1 and stuff, and you just don't get that quite so much nowadays. I mean, now there's a secret down here, and when you fill it with water, it shuts off so you can't get it, so you're best off trying to get it before that happens, to be honest. Hang on a minute. Let me just... There is sound. It's very... It doesn't sound very loud, but the sound is back. The sound is back. That's the thing I forgot to mention. We've got the sound back. We lost it, and now we got it back. And that's secret. Because I should have 48 secrets now. Actually, I probably should have 47, but I got 50. No, I should have 48. I got 2 extra, not 3 extra. That's right. That should have been the 48th secret, but it's the 50th. And I'm pretty sure by this point you could get up to 65 if you exploit the bug in the other levels, which I didn't do for some reason. Because the levels where you have to do it the first times are the Karnak levels, which are the first levels where you backtrack. And the last level you can do it in, I think, is Desert Railroad, the train level. And that's the only level I did it in, actually. I didn't remember to try it out in the other parts. I was a bit paranoid of bugs and what have you, and so on and so forth. And I got the atmosphere level, but it's very quiet, so it's the level music. Hopefully, it'll sound louder than this when this video is processed. I'm not entirely sure if it will or not, but I think I've got the volume turned down. Obviously the YouTube volume is a bit louder, so I can hear that a lot better. But yeah, for this level we've got the sound back pretty much for the rest of the LP, which I'm moderately pleased about, you know. So yeah, this is really cool. When you put one of the trains on stage, she actually climbs all the way up. She puts it on properly and then she twists it around. She knows what she's doing, Lara Croft. I mean, you just have to guide her, then she'll do the rest, you know. You've seen the cutscenes. Always seems to be complaining cutscenes, she can get knocked out and stuff we've seen in previous games. So she's not completely invisible or impossible to outwit by any means, but this is tricky. You have to get past these holes here, and then when you do so, they catch fire. And obviously, I don't need to explain it. Skeletons push me at the fire and I died, which is it's always what you aim for. Yeah, the skeletons can be very dangerous depending on where they spawn. You've got to kill them very quickly if they spawn in the wrong place. Yeah. Other places you can just leave them alone, leave them run around for your own amusement. But here you just want to get rid of them as soon as possible. Probably the greater gun would be. I've got the explosives on the crossbow that can instantly get rid of them. It's quite satisfying actually. Yeah. Anyway, this bit is actually optional. It's not secret, right? You just get extra items. I've prattled on about getting plenty of items in this game, but to reform, I think I may have done that a bit too much because I don't actually thinking about it, that you might be more generously supplied than you are in Tomb Raider 3, but I don't think the difference is actually that great. So I kind of regret saying that now because I sort of harped on about the fact you get more medipacks, but I've been using a lot of medipacks and I didn't really always get replenished, I feel, with the supplies. What I think might be because you got plenty of supplies in the earlier levels and then you get less as you go on. As you go on, it actually gets harder as well, so yeah, that would make sense. Oh my god, and that would be the case there, and that is the case. I just hope I don't get any more phone calls. Well, I get less phone calls these days because one of my friends actually died last month. Suddenly, and it was a bit of a shock to find out he died and all the rest of it. But you know, the thing is, when something like that happens, I find the best thing is just to live your life, you know, as best you can. Even though you may miss them from time to time. It's not as bad as people make it out, really. I mean, you just gotta plow on. Oh my god, that sounds real terrible. I didn't mean it to. I just mean you know what I meant, really. Like, it's best to. You don't want to spend, like the Victorians did, 7 years grieving over with family members. You might spend longer grieving because obviously you're closer, but like some of the stories I read, like one of the queens spent 7 years just grieving over her brother, and there's no way in hell I'd spent 7 years grieving over somebody. 2 weeks, yeah, 7 years. I don't think so. Oh. Especially in those days, well, you didn't live as long. You spent 7 years screaming or something. It's like, get a grip, woman, you know. Oh my god. She's going to come after me now. Her spirit is going to haunt me forever now. I'm going to regret having said anything. I've had spiritual activity before when the place I used to live, but I haven't had any for several years now. I think it's all dispersed with, really. I think that would be the case, yeah. What am I going on about? Well, I got it from my dad, saw this, and he's heard me willing on about spiritual activity, don't get wrong, but I believe in ghosts and he doesn't, is the problem, yeah. Well, a lot of people don't believe in them. I don't know whether I believe in them or not, actually. I mean, I sort of do and I sort of don't. My belief's kind of halfway in and halfway out, because I'm a bit of an idiot like that, anyway. Moving on swiftly. Yeah, it's great to have the sound back. I was an idiot to knock it off the first. It shouldn't have been knocked off the first place. It was just a stupid thing that I did. And it didn't make any difference to the following video, though. If I could have. Oh my god, if I had. I just wish I didn't replace the SCART. The SCART lead I've got now is apparently better quality, but you get worse. Yeah, fucking signal problems. I just wish I hadn't done that. I wish I just left it the way it was. And then just shaped the 4-3. That would have been the perfect way to do it, but I didn't do that. And then, because I didn't go back to the other, because I lost the SCART. I was considering putting it in, but I lost it and I couldn't find it. My room's been a mess, and I lost the little live when I was looking for it, so I stopped looking for it. And of course, I still haven't got it now. Of course, I don't know what I'm going to do in future Let's Plays at all, because I can't necessarily have them. But it's not too bad. You get used to it. It's like, yeah, some LPs on the internet of this game, very bad quality. This one isn't the worst out there in terms of quality. It's better than those ones. It's just a shame that there is that interference there, obviously. It's nothing. It doesn't take away from the game in any way. If it was severe interference and you couldn't hardly see the game at all, then yes, that would have impacted the game. But this, it's just a minor annoyance, really. There's nothing I could do about it. I had the SCART lead in as far as I could go, and that's genuinely the best picture I could actually get. And I'm not making that up either, so Jesus Christ, doomed to failure again. As is always the way with me, quite frankly. I love it. The water comes out of the statue's mouth. It's just so detailed, this level. And it still holds up well today, in my view, when they've got a spirit chasing me now. And if you know anything about spirits in this game, you know you have to find one of those bird things, and they'll destroy the spirit when it goes into that. A fire spirit, you need to have water, and an ice spirit. Funnily enough, you're swimming to water, and the ice spirit will freeze the water. Well, that happens once in Cairo, and it's I love it when that happens. It's absolutely great, actually. It's brilliant. Right. I found that when you use the crossbow, occasionally you can make it do it faster, but I'm not sure whether that's an impact on it or not. But I've destroyed the spirit now, you see. And it's really handy to have things like that in this game. It is. It's a new mechanic for Tomb Raider 4, and I do believe that this is the only game with these spirits in it. Anyway, so it really is just a Tomb Raider 4 only mechanic, which is a bit sad really because I really like it. I really like being chased around by spirits. It's fun. They're not really spirits. They're like the head of a spirit, and it's like it's a bit like the Signal, but really it's a bit more sophisticated. But hello below there. Hello below there. Oh, anyway. Halfway through the Temple of Poseidon, yeah, and it's only one level. It's only one video, you'll be pleased to hear. Now we move on to, well, one of the best levels in the game, Lost Library. In terms of challenge, whether it's actually my favourite level, in terms of, and everything like I've made out it was Tomb Raider special back in 2014, I don't know. But as I'd say, perhaps not, but it's still a very good level. But I would definitely say Cleopatra's Palaces of this set is probably, visually speaking, the highlight. It's absolutely beautiful, that level. It's even on the PS1, it is something to behold, I think. So, yeah. As I'm recording this, I'm processing the original video. I've recorded another video, and I'm recording R21 as part 19 was processing. I've broken my ankle. I'll sprain my ankle if I do that. I've never actually managed to sprain my ankle, I don't think. I've twisted my leg in funny ways, but I've never actually broken any of my bones before, I don't think. So, yeah, I've had quite a sheltered and sad life. Moving swiftly on. And then again, there's naked women. How did they get past the censor? This game is supposed to be for, well, ages 12 and up, I'd say. But yeah, when I first played it, I was 13. That would make sense. I was 12 when it came out, but by the time I played it, I was 13. It was the year 2000. And I remember being blown away by the graphics at the time. It was absolutely incredible. Even though people bang about Metal Gear Solid, well, I never played Metal Gear Solid, and I wasn't aware of the graphics were even better than this in other games. I just saw these games and I thought, wow, 3D. Oh god. Otherwise, they're choosing to shoot these skeletons off the edge and they'll fall in water. There is somewhere to fall in the PC version where they appear at the bottom of the pool for some reason and they're going to attack you in the bottom of the pool. It's just really bizarre. I don't think that happens in the PlayStation version. And I don't want to imagine that happens in the Dreamcast version either. But on the PC version it does. And you can destroy the skeletons before they've awakened, but obviously it's more challenging to let them awaken and then fight them. And they've done that. It's like this start using Tomb Raider 2, you can kill them before they've even broke with the grenade gun, you can just make them disappear, and I've demonstrated that in Tomb Raider 2 Let's Play. I did, definitely, and that was earlier this year as well, so it's all been this year when the Let's Play Tomb Raider. It's been quite bizarre, except the first Let's Play I did was Tomb Raider Legend 27 years ago, so I got off turning that mine of shine. I'm going to talk a bit slow. Oh my god. This is what it would be like if Carl Poking did Let's Play Tomb Raider, I suspect. Except he'd sound wittier than I do. Oh my god. I've done myself over again. Yeah, I'm good at doing myself over and other people all the time. But lots of that, because obviously I'm not into, well, I don't know, it's tempting to fight people on things to say, who did you say my things aren't very good. I put a lot of effort into these and they've got a lot better than they used to be, you ungrateful scrub, but But if they're a troll, that's exactly what they want you to do, you know. And if they can bait you into saying that, they can bait you into saying all sorts. And if you end up in a dispute with a troll, you may find yourself like getting accused of trolling yourself, so it's best not to do it. On a forum, yeah, sure, why not? You know. On a forum, yes, I will argue, be more likely to argue, but it's still best not to do it. It's still best not to do it because it can kill the wrath of the Morons. And obviously, you don't want to do it, but well, I'm not sort of into joining the forums. I'll create my own, and that's what it might be a pile of shite, but it's that's because I made it. Would you eat a sandwich that I'd made? Well, there's this thing, funny thing Clarkson said. It says, yes, yes, it's £25,000, but it's a car that you build yourself. And then Clarkson said, I wouldn't even eat a sandwich that I'd made myself. Never mind buy a car that I made myself. I would eat a sandwich I'd made myself. I make some quite good sandwiches, actually. I know how to make sandwiches. Oh my god. You know, I had the idea to do commentary over gaming years and years ago. Like 15 years ago. I should have done it then, shouldn't I? But I just... You know, I had all these ideas by the year 2008 at least. It's funny, it took 7 years to actually... Well... Blah, blah, blah. It was actually 2013 when I set my first gaming channel up. That gaming channel, however, was deleted, and the one I've got now was great in 2015. And rebranded last year into Jamie Clough Gaming. And then I want to shoot that one down like Paula's. Yeah. They're a bit slow, all these skeletons. That's the major advantage Laura has, is they're as agile as she is in a way, but it takes a long time for them to get going. Kind of like the nurses in Silent Hill, where they move really slowly and they move suddenly a lot faster. And then it's like, fuck, they've got Harry cornered, and Harry's a bit sluggish. And I mean, it'd be cool if you could play Lara Croft in Silent Hill, because she'd be a lot easier than Harry Mason, but then it would take the challenge away, I guess. Because the endearing thing about Silent Hill is the main characters are complete goofballs and amateurs, and they don't know what they're doing with weapons and stuff. You know, they have no idea. So the movements are really clunky and stuff, and that's part of the charm. And I include Silent Hill 2 in that as well. But Silent Hill 3 had a female protagonist. She was the son of no, she was not the son. She was the daughter. Excuse me, of the protagonist in the first game. The first game was set in the 1980s, and the third game was set in the early 2000s, I think. So that was when it was made. There you go. And it was never explained how she's called. Heather should be called Cheryl. In the movie that was based on Silent Hill 3, she is called Cheryl. So what the fuck's going on there? I do not know. Because, of course, if you remember Silent Hill 1, it was Cheryl, where did you find my daughter Cheryl? And then Silent Hill 3, when his daughter appears, she's called Heather. Now, is Heather different? I know what it is. It's because Cheryl and Darley Gillespie's daughter merged into one. It was the only way they could take on the big Dahlia is to merge into one. And then they gave Harry Mason a baby, and that baby there is Heather. I've just figured that out now because I'm an idiot. But in the movie, the Heather character, he calls her Cheryl. I'm sure he does. I'll have to watch it again, but Jesus Christ, I'm getting all confused here and discombobulated. Well, that's me 24 hours a day, pretty much, and it always has been. I didn't see that changing, but oh, God. Mm. But then there's 2 fire spirits, and oh my God. No, they're not fire spirits, but you know. They're not spider spirits either, to be honest. Right, so you're thinking, how am I going to get rid of these guys? And you see these giant pots? Yeah, you just smash that open and that'll get rid of both of them for you. And you don't necessarily have to get rid of them. You can easily sprint to Lost Library and leave these guys alive, but it is best to get rid of them since you may need to re-enter this area later on to get to the Coastal Ruins. So, in order to get Coastal Ruins, you just press that button. That's the entrance to the Coastal Ruins, ladies and gentlemen. And let me say that this one looks fantastic. And there's another one of those snakes with the leaves on it. That's actually, as I said, I think I said in the last video, but it's like a spoiler to the Lost Library. We're really close to the level now, and it's some way into the level, mind. It's towards the end of the level as well, so, and it's a big level, so. You know, I hate when I put kids in pop videos to start off with. Well, no, it's a commentary. It's really cheesy, you know. And then the song kicks in, like that had nothing to do with the song or why they did that. I don't know why they did it. That's what I should have done as a kid: get actual jobs and show business. I'd be laughing now by now if I'd done it, but I was too thick, you know. And to be frank, I was a bit of thicko when I was 13, and you know, I could have auditioned for Harry Potter. I just stayed in the house instead. I'm not going to say where I live, but yeah, I lived nearby there at the time, and I still do, unfortunately. The world's moved on. The world's moved on. I have not so much. Yeah, so that's for later on. But now we need to go in the Lost Library. So I've opened up the Coastal Ruins, knowing that I'm not going to go there just yet. However, I made a bit of a massive error because I managed to forget to keep going St. John Eves, and then I missed out half of what he said, so I had to reload an earlier save and redo it again. But then I had to edit them into a future video, which I've done, and I think I've done quite a good job of that as well. We'll have to see. And why did I pause there? I kind of forgot. That sounds stupid. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Anyway, I lost the plot. Alright. So yeah,